So let's go straight to our nation's capital, where we find Willie James Inman from our partners over at Newsy. You're covering the president's speech tonight. And Willie, thanks for joining us. Let's get straight to it. What are some of the key points we expect President Biden to address tonight?
Well, good afternoon to you from our nation's capital, where the president will address the nation in his first joint address to Congress. And a couple of top lines that I expect him to talk about tonight. He rolled out his American Families Plan earlier this morning. The White House has been pitching that would be the second part of that infrastructure package. Remember, the president also pitched that just a couple of weeks. And in his American Families Plan, I anticipate that he'll outline how he's going to try to get that passed. He's going to ask Congress to work with him in a bipartisan fashion to pass that. And what that would exactly tackle or take a look at paid family leave. For a four-year college education for Americans across this country. So the president really focusing on families there. Also, he will take the opportunity to talk about gun reform. That's something that he's been talking about the White House as well. His infrastructure plan, he'll take this opportunity to pitch that yet again. And I anticipate he'll also talk about immigration. That's a really soft spot for the president's response to it, the response to these migrants coming to the southern border. So those are just some of the couple of the topics that we anticipate to hear tonight.
All right, and Senator Tim Scott will be for the Republicans tonight in response. What are we expecting to hear from them?
Yeah, that's right. Senator Scott will be giving the Republican response, and we're already getting some excerpts of what he will say tonight. He'll talk about school choice. That's been a Republican talking point, but also during the election is something that former President Trump talked about. And in his remarks tonight, he's going to also thank President Trump for getting Operation Warp Speed started to help bring the nation to where we are now. So not forgetting the former president in his remarks. And also tonight, the senator from South Carolina will talk about criminal justice reform. That's something that he's been working on. Perhaps there's some wiggle room there, and some bipartisan effort could be afoot, because Senator Scott is one of those key senators that could potentially work on that piece of legislation that the president will talk about as well tonight.
All right, we'll leave it there. Willie James Inman, thank you for joining us this evening. And again, you can watch the president's address followed by the Republican response from Senator Tim Scott right here on TMJ4 beginning at 8 p.m.